Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's great to have you. If you're returning, it's good to see you again. In today's video, what you'll receive is the channeled message, plus a page from the Daily Angel Guidance book, and also a card from the Universal Love Healing Deck. Please note this is a collective group message, so it may not resonate with you, and that's simply okay. Come back and visit me tomorrow where it may be more aligned with what you need to know. Let's get into today's message. Are you a perfectionist? I absolutely know there are times where I can be. How is perfectionism impacting your life? Do you know why you have the perfectionist behaviour? It's a behaviour, okay? It's not that you're a perfectionist, meaning you're saying the whole you, it's a label. No, perfectionism is a behaviour. You're that in some certain things that you do. It's not in everything generally that you do. Certain things will trigger that type of behaviour, and boy, it can drive you crazy. What is the cause for your need to be perfect? Or whatever you're doing to be perfect. Does that make sense? Is it fear of judgment? Is it disappointment of others? Or is it maybe even fear of success? Perfectionism causes procrastination and impacts your productivity. How is it holding you back from attaining your personal and professional goals? How long are you prepared to allow perfectionism to impact you and your life moving forward? Because perfectionism can actually be really quite debilitating for some. And, you know, I'm not going to digress as yet, but I'm going to go into a little bit deeper as to why and what I meant by the reasons before. So I'm going to keep going. I won't digress yet. I'll keep going. Become consciously aware of what tasks you are impacted by your perfectionism. Are you even aware? Are you aware that when all of a sudden it could be designing something or cooking, or what tasks can you really identify that you really struggle, your perfectionism is really comes into play in that particular task? Yeah? Or do you even feel that you're that 24/7 that you feel the need to be perfect? Yeah? So it's identifying, because if we don't know, if we cannot pinpoint when we are a certain way and that behavior comes into play, how are you going to eliminate it? And this is part of one of the biggest problems with so many, and I'm going to use the word problems, is so many people will say, yeah, I've got perfectionism, I've got FOMO, I've got FOPO, I've got this, I've got that. But they don't know why. Or they just accept. And it's you just accepting. Don't accept. You have the ability to do something about it. You just have to consciously choose to, rather than just go, oh, I don't know why I've got it. And you just allow yourself to keep going into those particular fear of people's opinions, fear of missing out, perfectionism, into that behavior. Why wouldn't you want to stop, look at the cause, and really work on reducing that behavior? I do not know why you would want to settle. And settling is when you go, I don't know. Or you've not even given it a forethought. I absolutely know that I have perfectionism with when it's to do with like websites or a particular picture. I could count on one hand how many times, more hours have gone by looking for one photo because it wasn't just quite right. And guess what that did? That hindered me getting a website done in 5 hours. It took me weeks for one photo. So this is me owning my truth. Now it's just like, does it really matter? No. I want to get it done. I can always rejig it or redo it. There's no such thing as perfect anyway. What matters is that I've make and take action, because that's what's going to get me moving forward. So what in your life is being held back because you believe it has to be perfect? And yet, there's no such thing as perfect. Identify your why, and maybe there needs to be some healing around it. So now I'm going to go back to where I was. It's about why. Why? What is the cause of your perfectionism? And I mentioned here disappointment of others. Was it that growing up as a child you felt that there was very high expectations of you? Or maybe you felt that you had to be perfect in order to be loved by your parents. Now I'm going to straight away, this is not about you folks, this is not blaming you folks, this is about what your younger self felt, yeah? And some parents do set high expectations on their children, unaware of the pressure that puts on a child. They're not intentionally out to do that to really hurt a child or to put pressure. But is that partly contributing to why you feel certain things that you do have got to be perfect? Is that what's driving that perfectionism within you? What self-imposed pressure are you putting on you to be perfect? Rather than just go, oh, I'm a perfectionist, which I hear so many people do, and they settle for that. And I'm going, doesn't that drive you nuts? Every certain things you do takes you 3 times as long or 4 times, or you don't even get it done because you can never quite get it perfect. Perfectionism is quite a debilitating habit, behaviour. It can really impact you. And I go, are you prepared to allow it to keep impacting you the way it has so far? Wouldn't you rather question it and go, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't have to do this anymore. I choose not to do this anymore. I will not do this anymore. And that is something that I've brought in for me, because I go, I want to get stuff done. I don't want to still be playing around with something because it's not quite right. Oh my gosh. I drive myself, do my own head in. And I go, I'm sure some of you can absolutely resonate with that, doing your own head in because it's not quite right. Stop just accepting things and behaviours in your life and go, oh, well, I'm this, that, and the other, and that's it. No. If you can really feel that it's holding you back, choose to shift it. Identify why, what's leading you, and maybe there is some healing there. If it does come from you feel as a kid that there was this expectation for you to be perfect, then there needs to be some healing take place. And then over time, you watch. When you heal from the need that you don't need to be perfect, you watch how the perfectionism will slowly fade. It takes time, absolutely, because they're habits. We need to shift those habits over time. I hope that this has given you a different perspective about perfectionism, the behaviour perfectionism. You are not a perfectionist. Don't label yourself. It's a perfectionism behaviour. I hope that you've gained something from that and a perspective that you may not have looked at before. So let's keep moving along. What has the daily guidance page got for us? Pretty good message, actually. Know that you're qualified. There we go. So if you have any doubt, know that you're qualified. know that whatever you're doing is enough. And I'm fully aware and I respect you must feel this. Doesn't matter what people say, whether, oh, yeah, you're good enough, you're this, you're that. You must feel that within self. Because unless you feel it, it doesn't matter what anyone says. It will not shift you in any way, shape, or form. I am fully aware of that and I fully respect that. So this is about you sitting with self and know that you are qualified. All right. So before I read this message, if you want to take a breath with me, close your eyes, just so you can absorb the words from this message. At times, your ego tries to dissuade you from pursuing your spiritual purpose and practices. If you were to listen to this voice, you'd feel disheartened and confused about yourself and the meaning of your life. Today, the angels work with you to lower the volume of the ego. You have the ability to tune out to the sound of fear and focus on the universal voice of love. The first step is to recognize negative messages as they occur. You can do this by noticing your physical reaction to distressing thoughts. When your muscles tighten and you feel tense, this is a sign of your ego's interference. Of course it is. Divine intervention, in contrast, leaves you feeling blissful, safe, and lighthearted. Once your body signals that it's been affected by your ego, the next step is to realize that love prevails all over fear. You already know this, yet you can forget some basic truth in the face of conflict. Call upon us to remind of your powerful divine nature, which drives all negative emotions away. You are qualified to perform the job that you came to earth to do. You have monumental skills and talents that you inherited directly from divine, the Creator. Enjoy these abilities as their gifts from heaven. Thought for today. I am qualified to fulfill my purpose. Absolutely. I am making a positive difference in the world. The universe fully supports divine life mission. Now, if that doesn't assure you, keep going. Keep going. Take massive, imperfect action. That's a statement by a woman named Grace Lever. And I love that one. I was part of her community for a while. And she's very big on saying, take massive, imperfect action. And that was really the beginning of shifting me, going, yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter if it's not right. Who says it's right and who says it's wrong? Because what my eyes see is not what your eyes are going to see. Isn't it more important that I get all my messages out than making it perfect? That's why I don't edit my videos. Because if I had to do that, the videos probably more than likely wouldn't get out. So I am taking massive imperfect action every day when I deliver these videos to you. And do I cringe when I make a mistake? Not anymore. I just laugh. I go, at least you will get to see the raw me. Does it matter? No. So I hope that you choose to take on that awesome quote, take massive imperfect action. And it's a great quote from Grace Lever, and I love it. And I hope that you put it on post-it notes everywhere. Just take one step at a time. You'll eventually become comfortable with it. Yeah? I hope. Healing sounds. Now, at the end of the channeled message, I spoke about healing. For some of you, yeah, the perfectionist behaviour in you comes from maybe your inner child that felt that they needed to be perfect in order to be loved or accepted. Yeah, or to be seen. That's just what came through then. And so for some of you, it's a journey that you need to go inward and really to find the cause of what drives that perfectionist behavior comes from your inner child. It comes from way back. So there needs to be some healing. And it's amazing that when we do heal, how that particular behavior tends to subside. It tends to just slowly dissipate because we've now lost that need to feel that we have to be perfect, because we've healed the driving force of it. So take some time to reflect and really find out why you feel the need to have that perfectionist behavior. And maybe it's just a perfectionist behavior with certain things that you do, or maybe for some of you, it's that internal that you feel you need to be perfect. Now, if that's the case, that's where this is definitely for you. Find out why you feel the need to be perfect. And if you cannot identify it, then ask the opposite. What will happen if I'm not perfect? Often that's how we can find our truth, if we ask the opposite question to what we're looking for, and the answers will present themselves. Because it's so important. Perfectionist, that's a lot of self-imposed pressure. And what are you procrastinating that you're not doing in your life? Just through perfectionism. So, healing sounds. Let's see what healing sounds has for us. All right. Let me get the page. All right. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath with me. The lady holds this crystal sphere through which she's able, I'll get the card for you to have a look at. Where is it? Crystal sphere through which she is able to access ancient healing sounds. Your ears cannot hear these sounds, for they are the vibrations of spirit. But these healing vibrations will be felt on a spiritual level and will infuse and nourish every cell within your body, mind, and soul. Over the next few days, find a crystal that you are drawn to. You don't need to be an expert on crystals. Just pick one intuitively. Try to find one that's small enough for you to carry with you, okay? Hold it gently in your hands with your eyes closed. Relax and feel the healing energy radiating from it. Yeah? Each crystal has a particular frequency and healing energy and a quality that is felt on a cellular level. So for some of you, that may be a wonderful tool that if you to really identify when you can feel that that perfectionist behavior is coming into play. If you have bought yourself a crystal, that's the time to actually hold the crystal and say, take massive, imperfect action. And allow that crystal to guide you. Sometimes we just need something. And that may not be for you, and that's okay. If the crystal doesn't work, don't get a crystal. But find a shop that really sells beautiful crystals that they're ethically mined. And just one, like a pebble. And I like the raw ones rather than the beautiful polished ones, because for me it feels more natural and more organic. But you go to what you're drawn to. And just carry that. You might decide you want two. That's okay. Don't allow this to question. Just grab what you need. And that may be part of your healing journey to really assist you to find out what is driving that perfectionist behavior. Yeah? I hope that you gain something little from today's video. Just, even if it's this, doesn't matter what it is. Because remember, you matter. You matter. You are your most valuable asset, so invest in you. I want to thank you for spending your time with me, as I respect your time is so valuable. So thank you. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd be so grateful if you would like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's cat's message of the day. So for today, take care.